Every Thursday, a garbage truck came to their neighborhood and stopped at a particular house. The driver would get out and stand on the street waiting. But what was he waiting for? A 3-year-old girl named Brooklyn approached him, and someone started recording the scene with their phone. The driver, Delver Dobson, was well known in the community because he had been picking up the trash in that neighborhood for a long time. Even though he was quiet and most people hadn't talked to him, everyone recognized him. One day, a neighbor got to know Delver better, and what happened was recorded on video and seen by people all around the world. This story takes place in Bloomington, Illinois, and it teaches us some important lessons about our communities. Delver Dobson wasn't very talkative, but that didn't mean he was unfriendly. In fact, he had a special connection with one family in the neighborhood, the Andracks. Every Thursday, when the garbage truck passed by their house, Delver would honk and wave at the Andrack family. But here's the interesting part: he had never met them before. It turns out that Brooklyn, the Andrack's 3-year-old daughter, was a big fan of Delver, the sanitation worker in their neighborhood. It was a treat for her to see the enormous truck drive past her house on Thursday mornings for some unknown reason, and she made sure everyone knew about it. Every time the garbage truck passed, she waited at the window with her mother and waved. That was the highlight of her week. When questioned about the event, her mother, Tracy Andrack, said to Brooklyn, "He is our favorite wonderful cheerful garbage man." This continued for a few weeks. Delver Dobson knew Tracy and Brooklyn Andrack would be expecting him every Thursday morning, peeping out their window to see his arrival. In turn, Brooklyn was relieved to learn that Dobson's truck would be driving past their house and he would be honking and waving at them. However, she will soon get the opportunity to meet him in person. Brooklyn and Tracy started to leave the house every Thursday morning to watch the truck pass by and wave at Dobson from a closer distance. After that, it was all about him, Andrack claimed. It wasn't the trash truck that she wanted to see anymore. It was the garbage man. It was Brooklyn's 4th birthday, and it was a fantastic day. However, it was not without flaws. She was heartbroken over the fact that it was Wednesday. Meeting Dobson as he drove his truck down the block would have improved her day. Brooklyn and Tracy, on the other hand, have devised a strategy to compensate, and it was all witnessed by one of the locals who didn't think twice about filming it for all to see. It was Thursday the following day, which meant that Brooklyn got to see Dobson again. She wanted to make sure that he felt included in her birthday celebration, even if he was not there. Brooklyn and her mother got up early the following day and stood in front of the property with one of Brooklyn's celebration cupcakes. They smiled at Dobson and signaled for him to come over when the truck finally came. From his truck, Dobson saw Brooklyn and Tracy, and just like every other week, he waved and honked at them. But then he noticed that the mom and her daughter wanted him to stop, and so he did. He walked out of the truck and walked towards Brooklyn and Tracy, and his heart melted when the little girl, with a shy smile, gave him the cupcake while Tracy told him about how it was her birthday yesterday, and they wished he would have been there. As a mom, I can't even describe how happy it made me that she got to meet him finally, Andrack told the press when she was questioned about the story some days later. She was literally starstruck and could not even say a word. I had to do all of the talking for her, and she is never usually short on words. I explained to him that he makes our day every Thursday, and we really appreciate the honking and waving and how special of a day it is for us, she added. After he left, we continued on to daycare. Brooklyn was unusually quiet in the backseat. I asked her if she was okay, and she said, "Mommy, I'm so happy." And the story doesn't end there. 1 week later, Dobson's truck was rolling down the street again, and as usual, Brooklyn and Tracy were waving at him from their yard. But suddenly, Dobson stopped in front of their house and got out of the truck with a box. With a smile, he handed the box to Brooklyn. What could that be? Brooklyn and Tracy couldn't wait to find out as they opened the box, intrigued. It was full of toys from Brooklyn's favorite movie, Frozen. The little girl couldn't contain her excitement. She and her mom wholeheartedly thanked Dobson, and 1 week later, they had something prepared to thank him. Brooklyn made a big note with the words, "Thank you, Delver," written on it. Delver Dobson was deeply touched by this act of kindness. He hung the letter on his truck for the entire neighborhood to see. In our fast-paced, social media-driven world, new things go viral every day. Unfortunately, some stories become famous for the wrong reasons, but others, like Delver's and Brooklyn's, gain attention for all the right ones. In the age of viral sensations, many stories rise and fall quickly, but Delver Dobson's story was just getting started. Before he became famous, not many people knew that he was quietly working towards his dreams. Delver took pride in his job as a garbage man, just like he did with everything else in his life. However, being a garbage man was just a step on his journey. He had bigger plans, and the time had come to turn those plans into reality. People who learned about Delver's story were deeply moved, initially considering it a one-time occurrence. However, as Delver's fame grew, it became evident that his kindness wasn't isolated. He had brought immense joy to other children in the neighborhood, and his life's mission was far from over. Delver was a devoted family man, sharing a profound connection with his wife while quietly pursuing his dreams. His uniqueness shone through in everything he did. After years as a garbage man, he finally had the opportunity to explore his passions and spread his wings by launching a new career. While most knew him for his kindness and inspiring bond with Brooklyn, few realized that he tirelessly studied for a new profession, working nights after his regular job. After much hard work and dedication, he was on the brink of achieving his dream. Delver eagerly awaited his results, having put in countless extra hours. When the news finally arrived, he joyfully shared on social media that he had become a licensed realtor. Ecstatic about this achievement, Delver, now licensed in Nevada, moved to Henderson to begin his new career. His magnetic personality quickly earned him a prestigious position as a realtor with the Realty One team, paving the way for his other dreams. Inspired by his mother, who taught him to be his best self, Delver embarked on the dream of starting a movement to help others do the same. His passion for helping others reach their potential was unwavering. Delver aspired not only to inspire, but to be a part of a movement that served as a beacon for others. He envisioned a life as a motivational speaker and leader. With all the pieces of his life in place, Delver made it happen, becoming a vital part of the Aragon 206 movement, championing self-care, fitness, self-love, leadership, and empowerment. He lived these values and inspired others. As his influence grew, Delver remained grounded and devoted time to his first passion, spending time with children. He believed that children have the best hearts. Delver's fame and support began with a simple act of kindness toward Brooklyn. Despite years passing and living in a different city, he never stopped being friends with the Andrak family. Brooklyn, now almost 9 years old with a younger brother, remained close to Delver, who often shared their special bond on social media. Delver now boasts an impressive online following, having transformed into an inspirational figure and motivational speaker. Instead of exploiting his fame, he used his platform to make the world a better place. When Delver started working in the Andrak's neighborhood, he couldn't have imagined the impact it would have on his life and theirs. Even after all these years, millions still view the video that made them both viral sensations. Delver's life mission was clear: to spread kindness and joy and motivate others to do the same. His example serves as a beacon of positivity in a world too often tainted by negativity and unkindness. His actions remind us that simple acts of kindness can create a significant impact. The question remains, what can we do to change the world too?